Now we get into the more surreal bits of this month with Blue Velvet. A young man finds an ear in a field which leads him down a strange path that he might not be able to come back from. So this is a David Lynch classic. I mean, to be fair, all of his films are classic, but this one was especially noteworthy as it did draw controversy at the time. I think pretty much everything about this movie was brilliant, with one major flaw that breaks the movie for me. I thought Kyle MacLachlan was great in addition to Laura Dern and Dennis Hopper and Isabella Rossellini. I liked the darker and dingier underground to the bright and charming suburbia, almost vomit-inducingly perfect and picturesque suburbia, much like American Beauty or something of that sort. I think Lynch was the perfect man to showcase a darker side to horrible suburbia and show the horror of the blandness and innate dystopian perfection. Lynch was an absolute master, and I think the aesthetic with this movie, and for the most part, all of his movies, were some of the best of all time. I think the overall story of the break in that perfection of the ear found in the field, which leads Jeffrey to this downturn, was an intriguing one. And this seems to be more of a simple Lynch affair and a good gateway into his works, along with something like Elephant Man. However, I did mention the one thing that breaks the movie for me, and that is the pacing. It is an absolute fucking slog. It brought a great movie down to only a decent one. It is that bad for me. However, much like with most of Lynch's works, it could probably be due for a rewatch. But everything else about the movie is pretty spectacular. The acting, the tone, the story, it's all wonderful, and it is most definitely an achievement. However, I just wish it didn't have this one thing that kind of broke it for me personally. But still, a great Lynch film outside of that. Although, with great and David Lynch being in the same sentence, it's quite derivative, because the late Mr. Lynch was always great.